The 250F Maserati was perhaps the classic car of the 50s, and of course the best exponent of driving the 250F Maserati was Fangio.
Then it was a sport. We were friends, you know, I mean, good buddies and so on. We would go shopping together, we'd eat meals together, we'd chase the same crumpet and all that sort of stuff. It was a fun thing.
The race is on.
The 250F was probably, I think I'm right in saying, of its era, the nicest Formula One front-engine car to drive. It really was.
Brooks, Fangio, Shell, Salvadori, Collins, Castellotti and Moss.
It was just a car that, personally, I enjoyed very much.
Now the race settles down. The procession is led by Moss. Flames reach up in the sky at Abbey Curve, where Brooks BRM has overturned, throwing its driver clear.
2008 sees the 60th anniversary of the first ever Formula One Grand Prix here at historic Silverstone. We've gathered together this amazing collection of 6 Formula One cars, one representing each decade, and we're going to drive them. They're all runners. Over the next 6 Grand Prix weekends, join me to experience these amazing cars. I've never looked forward to a day's motoring so much in my life. First up, the 1958 Maserati 250F. Pioneering drivers sat astride these works of art with no seatbelts. An exciting but dangerous era where death was an acceptable risk for the glory.
It was the last of the 250Fs, designed by the factory, completed outside of the factory by Colotti.
So it's a lightweight car, narrower, an attempt to stave off the new rear-engine cars, and it failed, didn't it, really?
Moss had obliterated the front-engine cars in that 57-58 period, and this was the last hurrah.
OK, great. Well, I'll drive it if you'll push it.
Volare, oh, cantare.
Now I've got to remember that the throttle pedal is to the left of the brake pedal. It's the opposite way round. I've got to use my feet in the opposite direction to what I'm used to. Oh, fabulous. These are the cars that Moss and Fangio raced in.
The Mazda was beautiful. I mean, if you got the thing right, you could drive it in an oversteering fashion. You had to concentrate enormously on what you're doing. Now, having said that, when you're going down the straight, you're checking your instruments and looking for girls and all that sort of stuff. But when you're going into a corner, setting the car up and going through it, that's when you really have to concentrate.
So it's happy going sideways, and it's really sort of like poetry. It's like doing the foxtrot or the waltz, I'd imagine, but at 100 and some odd miles an hour.
Well, my first memories of Silverstone were that it was marked out by barrels, so possible to sort of make mistakes here and get away with it.
Throw it in! Oh, yeah, look at that! Yeah, baby! Love all that! What wonderful acceleration! Absolutely fabulous! So quickly build speed. I've got the hang of the gear shift now. Fabulous. Moss and Fangio, though, didn't have runoff areas and gravel traps. They had trees and spectators standing on the side of the track. And the track was bumpy. I don't know how they used to go along at 170 miles an hour. Just absolutely incredible.
No wonder my happy heart sings. Your love is giving me